Welcome to Chapter 1, The Importance of MIS. Let's start with a graph that's showing a historical trend. What this graph is showing is that the cost of transistors is decreasing exponentially since the 1980s to today. On the horizontal axis we have the year, and on the vertical axis we have the price per 100,000 transistors. Transistors are a component inside a computer chip. We can also see in this table on the right the cost per 100,000 transistors in numerical form from the years 1983 to 2014. This exponential decrease in the cost of transistors is due to what's known as Moore's law. Moore's law states that the number of transistors per square inch on an integrated chip doubles every 18 months. Here's a picture of an integrated chip. So one effect of Moore's law is that the cost of transistors decreases exponentially. Another is that the cost of processing data and storing it is essentially zero. Let's try and answer the question of what happens when these costs are almost zero. When the costs are almost zero, computers and computer technologies become more prevalent. Most of these didn't exist in 2005. YouTube, Pinterest, Facebook, Foursquare, Pandora, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Hulu. Another effect of Moore's law is job growth in the tech industry. Jobs in millions represented by this solid dashed line for the category of computer systems design and related services has been increasing over time, except for a slight period of decrease in the late 1990s. Although there's been quite significant job growth in the tech industry, there's also been a phenomenon of outsourcing, and this actually is a threat to job security. Outsourcing is an arrangement in which portions of work are sent to someone else to do, or possibly even a machine. Outsourcing work to a machine is known as automation. Any routine skill can and will be outsourced to the lowest bidder. Therefore, it makes sense in terms of job security to develop strong, non-routine cognitive skills, that is, skills that can't be outsourced. There are some skills that cannot be outsourced or automated. These are the 4 critical skills for non-routine cognition outlined by Robert Reich, former Secretary of Labor under President Bill Clinton. The 4 critical skills are abstract reasoning, the ability to construct a model or representation. For example, if you have a problem of how many cows can fit on a field, you might represent each cow as a sphere and use your knowledge of spheres and the mathematics involved to estimate how many cows could fit on this pasture or hillside. Models are never right, but they're sometimes useful. So that's what we'll say about abstract reasoning for now. The next cognitive skill is systems thinking. A system is just a group of components that interact to perform some function. Systems thinking is the capacity to understand these system components, how they connect with each other, their relationships and interactions. Collaboration, the third critical skill for non-routine cognition, means working with others and being able to give and receive not only positive but also critical feedback. Finally, the ability to experiment means being able to make reasoned analysis of possible solutions and playing around with new ideas, given the currently available resources. Now that we've seen a little background, it's time to define what an information system really is. An information system actually consists of 5 components. The hardware, which is the physical machinery. The software, which are programs that run on a computer. The data, which are individual pieces of text or values. These can represent anything, quantities, names, and so on. Procedures, the methods that people follow when using the system. And people, that's us. If we consider an example of an information system, perhaps an online dating system, can we identify the components? Well, the hardware would include the servers that the online dating service owns and also, or perhaps rents. The software might be proprietary software that includes programs for matching up, different members of the site, and also software for sending messages and so on. The data would be the data about the members, so their profiles and perhaps pictures of themselves and all the other data that is part of the dating service, including connection data between people, who is contacting who and so on. So that's the hardware, software, and data that would be involved. There are also procedures involved with an online dating system. If we're focusing on the provider of the service, there are certain procedures that the employees would follow. Or if we're focusing on the user interactions, the end users who are the members of the site who are actually using the dating service, there are certain procedures that they follow as well. It might be a little more informal. And finally, there are the people. So this would include not only the employees who are developing the dating service and maintaining the hardware and developing the software and responsible for keeping the data safe and managing the data. The people would also include us, the end users, who are logging onto the site, or maybe not us necessarily, but those individuals who are using the dating system. So to summarize, an information system consists of these 5 components: hardware, software, data, procedures, and people. And the components of the system interact to produce information. What about the M in MIS? MIS means Management Information Systems. This refers to the use of information systems to help businesses achieve their strategies. Let's think through another example. Maybe our company has a Facebook page. Are the costs of maintaining the page sufficiently offset by the benefits? Questions in management information systems would be, what's the purpose of our Facebook page? What's it going to do for us? What's our policy for employees' contributions? And what should we do about critical customer reviews? Management information systems is all about using information systems to help a business achieve its strategies. An information system, we said, consists of these 5 components: hardware, software, data, procedures, and people. IT consists of the first of these 3 components: the hardware, software, and data. Information systems is all of the 5 components, that is, the components of IT, information technology, and the procedures and people as well. One important distinction between IS and IT is that IS cannot be bought. IT can. That is, it is possible to rent or lease hardware, to rent or lease software, and even to purchase databases. You might even say that it's possible to purchase pre-designed procedures. Of course, the people component in an information system separates the information systems from information technology. The technology can be bought, but the system, which includes procedures and people, cannot. Let's leave off with a short discussion of our role in security and business ethics. We have a responsibility as employees to avoid wasted expenses. This includes the expenses caused by security issues. One important topic is having strong passwords. Strong passwords contain many characters. 10 or more characters would take weeks and weeks to try to guess by brute force alone. Strong passwords also shouldn't contain our name, our username, or our company name. Nor should they contain any complete dictionary word like password. Passwords should be different from previous passwords used, because even if a password is used in a very secure system, if that same password is used in a less secure system, then that information might be compromised and used to access the more secure system. Finally, the more possible characters that are used, so the larger the set of characters that you use, the better. It'll be harder to guess passwords with both upper and lowercase letters, numbers, and special characters. Other notes about password etiquette. Never write down your password and never share it with anyone else. Also, never ask someone for their password. You might have seen this in practice. When someone is entering their password, you can do a little do-si-do move, moving away so that the other person can privately enter their password.